Kindness. As I started this memoir 3 times, I am beginning with the comment, "Third time is a charm." And it was. I was able to finish it. Although not really a memoir, it is more a positive look at one of my favorite words, kindness. This led me to think about my first trip to Australia in 2010, a full month in a country that I thought I probably never would visit. So far away, such a diverse landscape and beautiful. When friend Barbara invited me to visit, I jumped at the opportunity and booked 3 weeks with her in South Australia and 1 week in Sydney. I could not pass up an opportunity to visit down under. From the moment I left Powell River, I was met with kindness. I sat with an older lady who was telling me about Australia. She was traveling alone like I was, but returning home after 6 months in Canada. We laughed and giggled at many experiences that she had seen within our fair country. We parted ways as we boarded the plane. I was just getting comfortable when a flight attendant remarked that my friend Agnes was looking for me. She was sitting in business class and wondered if I would like to join her. I remarked that I had not booked in that fare class, but she explained that there was an empty seat beside Agnes, and I could sit there for no additional charge, as the cabin was quite sparse. I accepted and was delighted to sit with Agnes, who later told me that she had said that I was her companion and needed assistance with her cane. Upon arrival in Sydney, Agnes's family met her, and they were able to help me ease through customs and security and find my connecting flight to Adelaide. This assured me that as I had been quite nervous. Agnes and I parted ways finally, this time for good, but we exchanged addresses and kept in touch until her passing in 2017. My kindness of strangers continued throughout my vacation. Friend Barbara, her daughter and family included me on tours of the area, dinner, game nights, neighborhood barbecues, and various celebrations around their holidays. I was there for the Canadian Thanksgiving, and we had kangaroo for dinner to celebrate my visit. It was fun to hear stories about Australia and tell anyone who asked, and there was a lot about Canada. We flew to Broome in Western Australia for a week of activities that included a trip to a pearl harvesting farm. The ticket agent at the airport, recognizing my Canadian accent, asked me where I was from. I told him all about Oakover and the pearl of the Sunshine Coast. He gave Barbara his friend's business card and told us to call him if we were interested in scuba diving, as he ran quite the business. We did not go, but we did see the pearl farm, which was part of the same operation. After saying goodbye to Barbara after 3 weeks was bittersweet. I was full of memories and experiences that would last me a lifetime. I rode on the Indian Pacific train between Adelaide and Sydney. For over 24 hours, I watched the scenery go by and found it a very relaxing trip. There were a few others in my car, and I even made a new friend, Iona, who lives in the West End of Vancouver. We talked about our time in Australia, and we visit frequently now back home. We both had a few days booked tours for when in Sydney, but the last 2 days were free. The kindness of strangers was evident as we even were apart. The desk clerk, recognizing my accent again, upgraded my room to a beautiful one overlooking the Sydney Harbour and gave me a book of coupons for things to do in the area, as she fondly referred to me as her comrade cousin. Iona was able to get a free dessert at a nearby vegetarian restaurant that she went to each night while in Sydney. Upon reconnecting at Circular Quay on the first free day, we did some exploring and planned an afternoon of souvenir shopping. We tired as the noon hour approached and settled down for lunch at a pub near where we got off the bus. An older couple struck up a conversation with us and asked us our plans for the evening. They were going to a concert and had 2 free tickets. We were delighted to be asked and joined them at the nearby Luna Park, although declined their offer to join them for dinner. Once the show ended, they insisted on driving us back to our respective hotels. The generosity and kindness of a country half a world away remains with me whenever I hear a song from the concert, enjoy a navel orange, or hear a word or saying that is clearly Australian. I pause thinking about the country every January as Australia Day approaches, and I hope to return again one day. But the kindness has made me a better person. At least I try to do this, from a mere housekeeper to driving a friend to her COVID shot, like this afternoon. I have felt lonely from time to time, but I can brighten someone's day. I try to do that, even with a smile or a hug can just do that.